Potions to bemuscle you! Scrolls to entussle you! Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine. Snake, wing of worm, brew and spice of stir and churn!
Salutation! Your word is my command, Source Hunter. Go.
Welcome back to Seal Hunter. The Legion greets you.
mercy on your soul.
To welcome you.
How could that happen?
And hit!
I feel better already. The spirits of winter smile with me. I'm dying!
Detonating arrow!
your feet wet.
It never rains, but it pours, eh? As good as a new penny.
Into the fray once more. As good as a new penny. nothing but rubbish.
It is spectacular indeed to behold how quickly your powers grow. There is a superhuman quality to your progress that both impresses and pleases me. Do continue to pursue the depths of your potential with relentless resolution. Yes, seek power for power's sake. Forswear the pitfalls of morality. Forswear both good and evil. The promises of duty and ambition. Let power be the end of its own means, and nothing in this world will be able to stand in your way. And there we have it. The weak-mindedness that, like a cancer, eats away at the foundations of strength and dominion. That devours and grows until it undoes the drive for power completely. Know ye then, weak-minded ones, that only if you cast aside all desire and instead focus on the utter mental and physical mastery of supremacy over all, the means as well as the ends will melt into ultimate purpose. This purpose, I have my own. As do you, that much is clear. Though, perhaps you may as yet be unaware of its true design and composition. So, let us continue our journey, for it is in the journey that purpose takes shape. Go forth, ever on, before grinning time turns us into frail, failed fools. By Parbatha's silver talons must we linger so? An idle brain is a demon's workshop hunt. I can tell you if you wish, but you'd have to listen to the tale of my life, because my future, such as it is rooted deeply into my history. Yes, let's get this over with. Once upon a time, I was a king in a land of beauty to the east. A land of tigers and slender towers, of deserts and forests, of sun and all the world's wealth. I was a young king, handsome and all-powerful. Every nobleman would have killed his own brother if I promised to take his daughter's hand in marriage. But I refused their incessant implorations. I knew my life as a sovereign would be self-indulgent, but also a self-delusory one, if I weren't to marry for love. And so a handful of years went by. The king's throne I myself occupied, whereas the queen's throne remained empty but for the court's cats that would nap the afternoons away upon its velvet cushions. But then one day, a young woman visited my kingdom. She was a poetess and a storyteller. People flocked to her, listened to her every word as if receiving mantras from the divines. I invited her to my palace, and soon our days, our nights, our love and our lives intertwined. Hiraka. How I miss her still. Miss the brilliance of her mind that was both as sparkling and as unbreakable as the diamonds that adorned her body. Oh, and how I miss her body. 1,000 artists I could have commanded, show me beauty. But she would have effortlessly surpassed their every endeavor, and curving her lips into a smile, make them break their sculptures in tearful impotence. And yet, true happiness, that commodity more precious and even more fleeting than the dominion of kings, sang to us like the nightingale, only to depart come the dawn of our first year's unity. A malady overtook me, and I began to wither. It was an unparalleled horror. Scores of physicians flocked to my bedside. They traveled from realms across the seas hoping to cure the mighty Jehan, undo the gloom that had befallen the land, and mere vultures that they were, to be paid handsomely for their efforts. But none of their potions took effect. Their salves seared, but did not soothe my fading flesh. Like a ghoul I looked, unburied yet risen from the grave. In futile anger I struck my mirror, but broke my brittle fingers only, not its ever-mocking surface. That, hunter, is a tale for later. And so let the hunt continue.
Who would have thought it? Jehan, an all-powerful king, stricken by a horrid plague, the memory of which plagues him still. The higher your station, the deeper you may fall. He may live, but clearly Jehan is a king no longer.
Bless the Seven, I am restored. finally you've come! The others, they're... But wait, where is Mendius? Or Anna? You're not one of the fabulous five. That's it, we're dead. Oh, who's damned automaton! It'll kill us all! I'm just a farmer down on his luck. The fabulous five. They promised me adventure and riches. But what lurks here? It is certain death. They tricked us. We'll never survive. Fabulous. Ha! Fabulously lying. Cheating dogs is what they are. They sent me and my mates to this cave to deal with what was supposed to be an erratic little piece of wizardry. But it turns out to be a real killer. A murderous machine. What did they expect from us? I never held a sword before in my life. They said they'd be right behind us, show us the ropes. But they never showed, and now look at us. We are either dead or dying. Oh, please, I implore you. If you can, save my friends. They're still there in the dark, desperately trying to make a stand against that beast of steel. Nothing much. He's some kind of wizard, isn't he? All I know is that monstrosity down there has his signature engraved on it. He's responsible for the madness that haunts this place. And I'll bet he's just as demented as the contraptions he creates. You look like a veteran warrior if ever I saw one. Please, help the others if you can. Nothing happened. Perhaps we're too far away.
Quickly! Another charge! Another charge! Stand clear, comrades! He's about to burst! Ready to blow!
My family's most treasured recipe.
Nothing happened.
Perhaps we're too far away.
Your death is at hand!
What kind of malfunction is this? That bloody wizard!
of the air in a single arrow!
Race Mackie! Here! I'm on it! Ready to blow!
This is my family's most treasured recipe.
Back on my feet again.
I'm never out of my element.
Get out of my way! Good as a new pen.
That robot's out of control. A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
It seems we found Charlene's brother, Tom.
Poor thing. She'll be devastated.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more home to the size of this.
What? Oh, it's you! What news? Wait here. I'll get my beekeeper's suit. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. They just informed me that they cleared the cave of all undead presence. So I gave them the reward as promised. They just left town. The rest of the world needs saving too. Oh, they truly are fabulous.
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those muddy boots on your way in. You say you met him. Was he well? Did he look hungry to you? Cold? Was he eating enough vegetables? Did he wash his hands before supper? Oh, please, you must tell me everything you know.
Yes, it's a bitter truth, but one we can't conscionably keep to ourselves.
I can't. That's impossible. You must be mistaken. Tom was a daring boy, but an adroit one too. Check your facts before you spread such horrible lies. Tom's alive. Do you hear me? Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
If you could choose the finest greens! Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some fizzle into your routine.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter? Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches. Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus. Oh, that horrid tome of ill repute. It isn't mine, it was Jake's. He was a politician, don't you see? Always on the lookout for plotting rivals. Always trying to be one step ahead. Really, I should have thought a source hunter of all people would appreciate my dear husband's sense for survival. Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It's simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. What'll you think of next? Accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan? But all of it is circumstantial. I've a perfectly logical explanation for every piece of so-called evidence against me, and yet you've been trailing me like a bloodhound. People seem to want to believe I am guilty, so let me tell you something I've been keeping to myself. Perhaps it may yet lead to the true culprit. Over the last few months, Jake grew distant and dark somehow. Something in him changed. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was no longer the gentleman he used to be. In fact, he scared me. It all began the day he met Evelyn, Master Theliron's apprentice. She healed him of what we all believed to be a fatal wound he suffered hunting boars. I think he became obsessed by her, or obsessed by the secrets I just know she holds. Talk to this woman. There is more to her than meets the eye. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she belongs to that sect. You know, to those who worship a goddess without name and practice rituals of blood. I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye and it was death that leered back at me. She hails from Silverglen, a village in the forest north of Sisal. How she made it past the undead without a Legion escort, I'll never know. Though I can hazard an eerie guess. If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you. Lonesome, spiritless. Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine. Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Stefan, I will never forget you.
Quite day on the market, it seems.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more.
Let's see. Halibut.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapors?
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots. Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more home than a slice of this fried cornbread. Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens. Lonesome, spiritless. Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
ain't true. Arrows by the dozens.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Not in the mood for cheese. Their excuses more holes than a slice of this fine corn.
Join the Sun Club if you've got an eye for hard potatoes.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Join the Sun Club if you've got an eye for hard potatoes.
Aim straight, aim true. Arrows by the dozens.
Get it while it's fresh. These batches only hours from the sea. Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an earth elemental.
Oh, there's my pepper. Did its proud legs and run
To
away?
leave the city.
Salutation!
Sauce hunter.
Oh, there's my pepper. Did its proud legs and run away? Yeah.
Well, hello there.
Greeting! For our Legion troops, Rivellon's finest work up. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
That's quite the valuable gift. I hope you're not expecting something in return. I haven't anything I wish to part with for your sake.
Attention! About face!
Oi! Mr. Head Honcho Legionnaire! The Source Hunter says that creep Robert stole my sheep.
And
Well, aren't you going to arrest that stinking thief?
I'll have a talk with him, madam. You, again. If you must. What'd you take me for? An ignoramus? That accursed name rings a goddamn Carillion. He was the last Sorcerer King, a frightful warrior that fell dozens before finally being slain by the army that had risen against him. We may well stand on unholy ground right now, for they say his remains were buried in what is now Silentgameplays, a mad king from a mad city. You, again. Do feel free to depart from Silentgameplays at your earliest convenience.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. What? I'd never. If you must know, I was merely checking up on Maxine, the mayor's cat. What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger, the grace of a leopard, and the manners of a lady all rolled into one. A perfect puss, if ever there was one.
The barracks! Notch! Recruits, that was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!